going to look at number 7 off the revision sheet. And this is kind of a difficult one because you've got 2 stores listed. And if you notice, a lot of the questions ask about each store. So what we'll do is we will plug in for store A and find the answers, and then we will do store B and find the answers. Now this is going to be really difficult because there's not an independent or dependent, so we're not doing regression. This is just doing statistics. So what we'll be focusing on then is looking at the calculator and defining what we need to do. So if we look here, we've got store A. So I'm going to go ahead and start with store A. I need to go into my data, shift 1, 2. So we have X and frequency. We're going to delete out any other data that may be there. Now if you have XY or XY frequency, you'll need to change the mode. And in order to change the mode, you just click Mode, and then number 3, Statistics, and we're focusing on one variable, statistics. So we'll plug in each one: 21, 24, 32, 28, 34, 30, 27, and 29. Now, once you get all of these entered, you need to hit AC to go back to the main screen. So store A, I'm going to go ahead and just do in brown so that it'll be easy to see. We'll do first the mean of store A. So this is store A. Shift 1. Now our data is already in there. We're going to just figure out the mean. And the mean is 28.125. Now the median is not figured out with the calculator, but we know it's the middle number if we rank them from smallest to largest. So the smallest number I see on here is 21. So I'm going to put a little 1 next to it. Now the next smallest number that I'm looking at is going to be 24. Then I see 27, 28, 29, 30, 32, and lastly 34 is my largest number. Now I know that my median is the middle number, so if I line them up from largest to smallest, I get the middle. So what I'm going to do is just mark out the smallest and the largest. Now I'm going to do the same thing, the second smallest and the second largest. Next, 3 and 6, and you're left with 4 and 5 as our median. When we have 2 choices, we need to find the average. So the median for A is choice 4, which is 28, and choice 5, which is 29. 28 plus 29 divided by 2. So I'll get out my calculator, and I'm going to do 28 plus 29 equals, and then divide that answer by 2, and I get 28.5 is my median. Now if you see, this is 28.125 and this is 28.5, so the mean and the median are pretty close. Now find the mode of each store. The mode is the most frequent number, and I don't see a number repeated there. So the mode for store A is no mode. Now the range is also going to be easy because we've got the smallest and the largest. So we take 34 and subtract 21, and that gives us a range of 13 for store A. Now to do standard deviation, remember we have store A still already stored in our calculator, so we're going to go shift 1 into 4, and this symbol is standard deviation. So for A, the standard deviation is 3.92, and if I square it, I get that my variance is 15.36. Okay, so that's everything for store A. Now G says which store is more consistent, and we can't find this out until we do all the calculations for store B. So let's go ahead and do that. We've got store B. Now, unfortunately, we need to put in some new data. So let's go ahead and do that. Shift 1, 2, and delete out all of my data. And I'm going to put in the new ones: 57, 42, 55, 61, 51, 45, 39, and 73. Should be 8 numbers, so we're good. We click AC, and we're going to first find the mean. So the mean is 52.875. Okay, now we need to get the median, and the median we're going to do roughly in the same way. We're going to start by finding the smallest number, and here is my smallest number. Then I have 42 and 45. Now the next smallest number is going to be 51 and 55. Now last time our two numbers were the fourth and the fifth number, so we're going to take the fourth and the fifth number here. 51 plus 55 divided by 2. So 51 plus 55 equals, divided by 2 is 53. Now if you notice, these are very similar once again. So we can't quite tell consistency yet until we get to standard deviation. Okay, store B, is there a mode? Is there any number that is repeated? And I see that there is no mode. Now the range is the largest number, which is right here, 73, and the smallest number, which is 39. So 73 minus 39, I'll go ahead and do that on my calculator. 73 minus 39 gives me a range of 34. Okay, so the range is a lot bigger with B. Now let's see if it holds true for standard deviation. So for B, my standard deviation is 10.42. So much larger than previous. And if we square it, it comes out to 108.61. I forgot to write my square on the last one, so we'll go ahead and do that now. So if we look at which store is more consistent, the more consistent store is the one with the smaller standard deviation. So in this case, it's going to be store